So hello, in this video, this is introduction to video in which I am showing you my assignment that I'm going to drive to the university tomorrow. And today I wanna show you a little vlog, a little work that I've been doing for quite some time for university. This is the introduction and the actual work that I've been turning in. I want to show you this awesome, like this kind of stuff. And it's like my work. Can you see it or not? And I'm sort of, like going to the city tomorrow. I'm gonna turn it in. I already turned it in like digital form, but they require to do this like sort of hardcover kind of thing. And I also wanted to sort of point out some what I've wrote in this kind of assignment. Like it's like a big assignment, if you know what I mean. And that's kind of like, this is like that one of that important things that you do for like studying at university, and I think it will be quite motivational for all of you to sort of witness this with me, and we are gonna read a few, like a few things from this kind of assignment. Yep. Pum, 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 pum. Yep. And the topic that I covered in this assignment it's about Cossacks and how they done their, like how children of Cossacks were educated and education in this Cossack state and kind of related stuff to that. And I'm gonna show you like little, like different things. So mainly like, like the abstract from this kind of work that I've done. Like the main topic, it's that Cossacks, they kind of were, like really like those knights from Middle Ages. There was like a lot of that kind of vibe in them, and their education, they was like highly educated bastards, like if you know what I mean. They was really educated, and they also like, it wasn't that education like in 20th century standard, but it was quite high education for, like 17th century, the end of 16th century, then 18th century too. Like, and that kind of like, they knew a lot of like different, of course, everything. Since I'm a history major, it's about history. I didn't tell you that before, but I'm telling you that now. It's about history, and yeah, talking about education for children of Cossacks. They were like, yes, everything was based on quite kind of on religion back there, and like this at this 17th century, 18th century, it was main focus was on religion. Yeah, and in addition to that, with all that being said, I also wanted to kind of add that, this kind of Cossacks education for children was really based on, all that kind of like written records and, like all the stuff that was kind of in memory of the nation, memory of people, like different poems, like, this Robin Hood kind of thing. It was every country in the world had similar, like, different like legends and different tales and stories, and a lot of that like was inside of this, this art of teaching children in Cossack Republic. And Yeah, that was kind of like a lot like that. And I wrote a lot about it in this kind of assignment. Yep, and we are back. And like also that there was like, in each assignment you kind of doing that kind of conclusion thing. And like the question here was, can you use this Cossack like model of education, can you use it in like present day schools and staff and universities? And I concluded that of course you can, like that was like huge, and of course you can do that kind of stuff like in our present day life, and not just can, we must do that. And I wrote a lot about that in this kind of assignment. Yeah, and yep, this is the end of the chapter. Yep, and like the assignment, different pages here, I'm showing you all, everything really nice, really fine. Yeah, that's like, and yeah, I wanted also to say a few things about, like how I was like, sort of, like telling the teacher for the first time when I was presenting, how I presented this assignment for the first time. It was like Zoom conference, it was, I don't know, like few months ago, like for the first time I was presenting it, and I was like first in this. There was like, the wait for who will be next, like telling about assignments that they made, and I was very first, and I kind of like took the fall for like like and like the teacher was asking me like plenty of questions. There was different questions about where did I take that material, how did I found that, what I think about this, what are there similarities between this and that. And I've been responding quite fine. I'm telling you, I'm kind of proud of this assignment, how I responded. It was like really long, like long presentation. I even get my like, like this kind of, when you have your mouth dries, you begin to cough, and but you all that like presented. Yeah. Yep, and speaking about that, I presented it quite fine, like, yep, and like, also then we printed it and made this cover, so it looked like, like this when I'm showing you. Yep, there's something, you see, this is kind of this transparent thing, then the front page, then you're looking at those introductions, that kind of stuff. You see, it's like some sort of binder, but they do it in the typography kind of stuff. Yep, and there you're reading and reading. It has about 18 pages. Yep, it has about 18. And here's like, this kind of, when you're asking these questions for people, like, like not on the streets, but probably like you have some sort of school, and then you come to each person and you're giving these few questions about like topic you're interested. And there was about these questions, those, yep, those questions that are part of the assignment. They were about how the role, like the role of parents, the role of this educational system, things similar to that, how the people of these few last generations see it, and how they can correlate them with that pedagogics of the times of the Cossacks. Yes, it was like kind of quest about that stuff. And yeah, I done this like different questions, different tables. Of course it's quite dark, but here is different, you know, like that kind of how do you call it, like, you know, like different sort of abstracts, like the main ideas that was inside of this work, and you kind of making this little like bullet points, and you're sort of, you know, like kind of telling for the second time what you wanted to say in this assignment. Yep, and that's kind of like that. And I think I will also show you some from tomorrow, so we will see each other in, not each other, but probably, you know, like, you know what I mean. We'll meet in a few seconds. Yes, yeah, I will look at that. I will see if I will vlog tomorrow, but I will be going to the city. I'm taking a bus, like, you know, like I will be riding on a bus on that, like different trees, different fields, and I will be listening to Jesus songs, like Hillsong Worship. Yeah, that is the band I'm listening while I'll driving to the city. Like each day I'm driving, like during the session I'm listening to Hillsong Worship, and it kind of gives me strength to go on with it and go on. Yeah, and that will be kind of that kind of stuff. Hello, it's another vlog from the middle of the bridge, and look at the view. That is incredible. Hello there, it's another vlog. I'm in the city. I'm going to give that assignment, turn it in, and it's a little bit windy in here, but I'm still trying to sort of, you know, vlog like real people in real city. Yep, and that's myself, another view. So here you can see me going this bridge. So hello again, and welcome back to another episode of another clip of this series. I turned in the assignment, and now I'm at this little memorial. I'm telling you about how the things go, since I promised yesterday to film some of the stuff, and you know, it's kind of was like, you know, like quicker than I expected. And you know, it's like when you're expecting something to be longer, but then you're suddenly, yes, it was quicker, and that was kind of that kind of stuff. And here's quite an extraordinary nature, if you can see. And you know, people there are quite fancy dressed, what I noticed. So, you know, I'm like on this fancy dressed party, but they were like way more than that. And so I sort of blend in, you know. Yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, using this opportunity, I want to say that the weather is quite, you know, like kind of like really this springish, summerish kind of style, and you know, it's like this one of that rare opportunities to be like a real blogger, like, you know, like all that, like Zoel, you know what I mean. And yeah, that's kind of like, I don't know the sound if you can hear me, but no, it's pretty magnificent, yes. Hello, it's another clip to this video about me turning in the assignment. And today I've been at the city. I turned in the paper version of the assignment, and I want to point out it was really quick, and I told you yesterday about the majority of the topics covered in this assignment. So this was the video. Bye bye.